Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians old and proud to serve our sovereign fatherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign. In peace or battle honored, and this we count as gain. To hang on to our children a banner without stain. Oh God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed. And so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And welcome to this AGM. Chiefs, esteemed shareholders, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to welcome you to the 64th Annual General Meeting of our company, holding here at NECA Auditorium, Central Business District, Alausa, Ikeja, Lagos, this very morning. Distinguished shareholders, ladies and gentlemen, I'm aware that we have a quorum for this meeting. Apart from the preliminaries, there are 11 items of business on the agenda before you. I'll move the motions while members present will have an opportunity to second each motion put to the meeting before a vote is taken on the item. I will give opportunity for questions on the financial statements to be laid before you. Answers will also be provided to those questions before we proceed to the next item of the agenda. Directors will be available after the meeting to discuss any points with you. A roving microphone and amplifying equipment are being used so that everybody present should be able to hear. I will therefore request that those seconding motions before the meeting or asking questions should speak clearly through the use of the microphone, which a steward will pass through. It will be passed through to the very person from where the person is sitting. But I think I urge members to mention their name before they start, so that gives us a record in our documentation in the Secretariat. The Register of Directors shareholding is available for inspection during the meeting in compliance with the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020. This is the register. It's available for inspection, please. I'll now introduce to you members of the board of directors of your company here. To my immediate right is Mr. Taiwo A. Adeni, the group managing director. Can you stand up for him, please? Next to Ms. Adeni is Mr. Shola Owode, the technical director. Next to Mr. Owode is Mr. Achike C. Umuna. He's an independent director, non-executive. Next to Mr. Amene is Alhaji Dahiru Gambo, Commercial Director. And to my extreme right is Mr. Abdul Bello, is independent non-executive director. To my extreme left is a member of ours that could not be able to be present with us because of this US-Iran conflict. Got held up with the flights in an area where he cannot fly out. So his name is Mr. Ademola Bolarinde. He's a non-executive director. Next to him is Mr. Garson Silva, a non-executive director. Sitting next to Mr. Silva is Dr. Abiola Davis, a non-executive director. And sitting next to Davis is Mr. Ola Ogunfeyitimi. Yes, it's a supply chain director. And to my immediate left here is Mr. Lekan Sani, the company secretary. Gentlemen, sitting behind us are our advisors who will always assist in the conduct of this meeting as the need arises. They are sitting behind us here. As for myself, I am Zakari Muhammad Sada. Thank you. Distinguished shareholders, permit me to also recognize the representatives of the following statutory institutions. Please, as we call the institution, can you rise up so that we identify you? Nigeria Exchange Limited, representatives of Nigeria Exchange Limited. Securities and Exchange Commission. Corporate Affairs Commission. Corporate Affairs Commission. Okay. Statutory Audit Committee are represented by the chairman, Mr. S.B. Adenrele. Other members are Reverend I. Elushade, Alhaji G. Adetokumbo, and on the board, Mr. Abdul Bello, and our colleague, Mr. Bolarinde, that is not around. External auditors are also here, PricewaterhouseCoopers. The companies register Maritime and Probate Services Limited. Okay. I'll now call on the secretary to read the notice of the meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Distinguished shareholders, ladies and gentlemen, I read the notice convening this meeting from page 5 of the annual reports, which have been circulated to all shareholders. From page 5, I read, notice hereby given that the 64th annual general meeting of the members of Vitafoam Nigeria PLC, the company, will be held at Necker House, Akim Balogun Street, Central Business District, Alausa, Ikeja, Lagos State, on Thursday, that's today, 5th March 2026 at 10 a.m. to transact the following business. Ordinary business. Number 1, to lay before the members the report of the directors, the audited financial statements for the year ended 30th September 2025, together with the report of the auditor and the audit committee thereon. Number 2, to declare a dividend. Number 3, to re-elect Mr. Demola Obolarinde as a director. Number 4, to re-elect Mr. Achike C. Umuna as a director. Number 5, to authorize the directors to fix the remuneration of the external auditor. Number 6, to disclose the remuneration of the managers in compliance with the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020. And number 7, to elect members of the audit committee. I go to special business. Number 8, to approve directors' fees. Number 9, to authorize the renewal of recurrent transactions which are of trading nature or necessary for day-to-day operations from related companies in accordance with the rules of the Nigerian Exchange Limited, governing transactions with related parties or interested persons. Number 10, to consider and pass the following special resolutions. A, increase in share capital. That the share capital of the company be and is hereby increased from 625,422,531 to 750,506,438 by the creation of additional 250,168,812 ordinary shares of 50 kobo each. The new shares are to rank pari passu with the existing ordinary shares of the company. B, amendment of memorandum and articles of association of the company. That clause 5 in the memorandum of association and clause 3 in the articles of the association be amended by deleting, in quote, the issued share capital of the company is 625,422,531 divided into 1,250,844,064 ordinary shares of 50 kobo each and be substituted with, respectively, with the issued share capital of the company is 750,506,438 divided into 1,501,012,876 ordinary shares of 50 kobo each. C, bonus issue. That pursuant to the articles of association of the company and the recommendations of the directors of the company, the sum of 125,084,406 naira be and is hereby capitalized from the retained earnings and be set aside for distribution to all members whose names appear in the register of members at the close of business on 6th February 2026, on the condition that same shall not be paid in cash, but be applied in pay in full for 250,168,812 new ordinary shares of 50 kobo each to be allotted and credited as fully paid to and among such members in the proportion of 1 new ordinary share for every 5 existing ordinary shares held by them at that date. Subject to necessary approvals from the appropriate authorities, the shares so distributed shall be treated for all purposes as capital, not as income, and shall rank pari passu with the existing ordinary shares of the company in all respect, except that they shall not rank for dividend recommended for the year ended 30th September 2025. D, that the directors be and are hereby authorized to take necessary steps to give effect to the above resolutions. Item number 11, to consider and pass the following resolution as special resolution. That pursuant to section 297 of Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, approval be and is hereby given to the review of the severance compensation payable to retiring directors of the company and for the consequential renewal of the enabling policy on payment of severance compensation to retiring directors. Proxy. A member of the company entitled to attend this meeting and vote can appoint a proxy to attend and vote instead of him or her. A proxy need not be a member of the company. A detachable proxy form is enclosed with the annual report and also available on the company's website, www.vitafoam.com.ng. If it is to be valid for the purpose of this meeting, the proxy form must be completed and deposited at the office of the company's registrar, Meristem Registrar and Provost Services Limited, 213 about Macaulay Way, Adekunle, Yaba, PO Box 51585, Faloma, Lagos State, or email to info@meristemregistrars.com not later than 48 hours before the time of this meeting. The cost and expenses of stamp duties for all instruments shall be borne by the company. Dated 18th day of December 2025, by the order of the board, signed Olale Constantini. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, the Secretary. We have taken a minute. Before delving into the formal business of the day, I would like to mention that uh, I've made the chairman's statement, which is part of the package sent. It's on pages 14 to 16. I will seek the indulgence of the members to take it as having been read. Otherwise, okay. Thank you very much. You also have the MD's report, which is on pages 17 to 21. We should take it as read. Thank you very much. I will now call on the representative of the auditors to read the auditor's report. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, distinguished shareholders, Board of Directors. My name is Eda Ferry, representing PricewaterhouseCoopers. Our opinion is on page 54 to 57 of the annual report, which has been distributed to shareholders. With your permission, I'll read the abridged version, which is the first two paragraphs and the last paragraph. I hope I have your permission. Independent auditors report to the members of Vitafoam Nigeria PLC. Our opinion. In our opinion, the consolidated and separate financial statement give a true and fair view of the consolidated and separate financial position of Vitafoam Nigeria PLC, the company, and its subsidiary, together the group, as at 30th September 2025, and of their consolidated and separate financial performance and their consolidated and separate cash flow for the year then ended, and in accordance with International Financial Reporting Standard as issued by the International Accounting Standard Board, IFRS Accounting Standards, and the requirement of the Companies and Allied Matters Act and the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria Amendment Act 2023. What have we audited? Vitafoam Nigeria PLC consolidated and separate financial statement comprises of 1, the consolidated and separate statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income for the year ended 30th September 2025, the consolidated and separate statement of financial position as at 30th September 2025, the consolidated and separate statement of changes in equity for the year then ended, the consolidated and separate statement of cash flow for the year then ended, material accounting policies, and the note to the consolidated and separate financial statement. Basis for our opinion, we conducted our audit in accordance with international standard on auditing. Our responsibility under those standards are further described in the auditor's responsibility for the audit of the consolidated and separate financial statement section of this report. We believe that the audit evidence we have obtained is sufficient and appropriate to provide a basis for our opinion. I'll go to the last paragraph. On page 57. Report on other legal and regulatory requirements. The Companies and Allied Matters Act requires that in carrying out our audit, we consider and report back to you shareholders on the following matters. We therefore confirm that 1, we have obtained all the information and explanation which to the best of our knowledge and belief were necessary for the purpose of our audit. 2, the company has kept proper book of accounts so far as appear from examination of those books, and return adequate for our audit have been received from location not visited by us. 3, the company's statement of financial position and statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income are in agreement with books of account and return. In accordance with the requirement of the Financial Reporting Council, we performed a limited assurance engagement and reported management assessment of Vitafoam Nigeria PLC's internal control over financial reporting as of 30th September 2025. The work performed was done in accordance with FRC guidance on assurance engagement report on internal control over financial reporting issued by the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria. We have issued an unqualified report, opinion in our report dated 24 December 2025. That report is on page 52 to 53. Signed by my humble self on behalf of PricewaterhouseCoopers, dated 24 December 2025. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will now further call on the representative of Audit Committee to present the Audit Committee's report on behalf of the committee. Mr. Aderale, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Distinguished fellow shareholders, good morning. Yes, the Audit Committee report can be found on page 43 of the annual report. Report of the Audit Committee. In compliance with Section 404, subsection 7 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, we, the members of the Audit Committee, reviewed the financial statements of the company for the year ended 30th September 2025 and report as follows. Review the scope and planning of the audit requirement and found them adequate. Review the financial statement for the year ended 30th September 2025 and are satisfied with the explanations obtained. Review the external auditor's management letter for the year ended 30th September 2025 and are satisfied with the management responses to the issues raised. And ascertain the accounting and reporting policies for the year ended 30th September 2025 are in accordance with legal requirements and agreed ethical practices. The external auditors confirmed having received full cooperation from the company's management and that the scope of their work was not restricted in any way. Dated 16th day of December 2025, signed by my humble self, Comrade Sulaiman Babatunde Adenrele, Chairman of the Audit Committee with relevant FRC number. Other members of the committee are, please kindly stand up for recognition. From the shareholder end, representing the shareholder, Reverend I.O. Elushade.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Yes, the next is Alhaji Gbadebo Olatokunbo. Representing the directors on the audit committee, we have Mr. Abu A. Bello. And the last, in absentia, Mr. Ademola Bolanide. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Aderele. We have come to item 1 on the agenda. As copies of the report and accounts for the year ended 30th September 2025 has been dispatched to you, I would like to formally lay before the meeting the report of the directors, the statement of financial position as at 30th September 2020, together with the statement of comprehensive income for the year ended on that day. This is a copy of it. A hard copy, please. And the report of the auditors thereon. I hope members have received it. This is a copy. I shall be. Oh, okay. I will give you my own chip. I shall be pleased to answer any questions you may have on the report and accounts before we proceed to the next business. It would assist if you would refer to the page of the report and account to which your question relates and restrict questions to 1 or 2 to give opportunity for other shareholders to have a say. The floor is open. Yes. Can you be noting? Yes.
The chairman of the board, board members, regulatory authorities here present, my colleagues, shareholders, good morning. My name is Matthew Akinlade, patron of Noble Shareholders Solidarity Association. I want to congratulate our dear company for an excellent performance. Honestly, when I first read about the filing on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, I marveled that our company has come back very strongly. And I want to congratulate those that are in charge, the board, the management of the company, and even the workers. They have done excellently well. Please, let's give them a round of applause. Beyond that, the company, to me, is investor friendly, given the dividend they propose of 3 naira per share. And in addition to that, they also propose a bonus issue of 1 for every 5 shares you hold in the company. So I say a big congratulations. If you look at the overall, the group result, revenue went up to 111 billion against 82 billion the previous year, an increase of 35%. But that's not even the big issue. If you look at the bottom line, the profit after tax, from 952 million to 14 million 537 million. That is 1,427% increase. It's great and marvelous. So I say big congratulations. I review what we have on page 18 to 20, and that's on the MD's report. When we look at the performance of our subsidiaries, they are all excellent. But I'm taking a particular one out. That is Sierra Leone subsidiary that has come back strongly, transiting from negative retained earnings to positive one. And also in a big way, I say, whatever we have done to make things work out well, please, let's keep it up. And I want to hope that the Sierra Leonean subsidiary will also soon resume paying dividends. On page 8, here we have list of directors. In the past, we have mentioned that KAMA recommendation for independent directors are supposed to be 3. But somehow we are getting there gradually. We now have 2 independent directors. I think we should again look for another one to make 3 independent directors. Now, looking at the managing director's report on page 20, he mentioned that the headline inflation last year was 26.5%. And that I'm just surprised that it's that high, because I stand to be corrected. In December, the inflationary rate came down to 15.15%. So, and I think it's easing further is easing further. So I think sometimes this year it has come to about 14 point something percent. So there is hope, because if one read what is there, it'll be scary that it might escalate. I pray that it will continue to ease out and enable the company to give us good results. On page 27, the donations. We donated 20.7 to laudable projects. There's no doubt about that, because I look at them clearly. But for comparison purposes, maybe in the future, we need to stay below it, how much we donated the previous year, so that we can know where we are going and what we are doing. On page 102, I look at the admin expenses, and there are two items there. I can understand the inflationary pressure, and I want to say the company really managed the expenses. But I look at bank charges from 122.3 million the previous year. It went to 353.7 million, which is 189% increase. The banks, they also have targets and they want to deliver. So it is for us to monitor what they are charging us. I think we need to monitor them very well, so that investors' money will not be going to their purse. The second one there is impairment of investment in subsidiary, where we have 123.9 million. Please, which subsidiary? We need to know, and the basis for the impairment. Our company is doing very well, but even when you are doing well, that's the time you need to devote time to monitoring things very, very well. Our inventories, looking at page 59, our inventory is not too bad, but we need to monitor it. It's because it is 40% above the previous year, when our revenue grew by 35%. I want to say big congratulations for managing trade and other receivable effectively with just 5%, even when we grew revenue by 35%. I want to say, in conclusion, big congratulations to our company, and we want to continue to see it rising and delivering more returns to investors. Thank you very much.
Yes, please.
Good morning, Chairman, the board, and I thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. My name is Ibrude Moses, the National Coordinator of Independent Shareholders Association of Nigeria. First, I will speak to only two things. First, to congratulate you for this result, a wonderful and an excellent result. Not only like that, from 1 naira 9 kobo to 3 naira. That is very, very commendable, and equally bonus again. Now the question is, how we sustain this tempo? Because after giving us 3 naira, we don't want a situation whereby you will come down. So the question is that, how do we sustain this this tempo so that we'll continue to enjoy it as investor. Then again, thank God the African continental trade free zone is on, and you are taking advantage of it. You have gone to Sierra Leone. You've gotten the practical experience of moving from Nigerian to other African country. Can we do the same thing in other country? Because right now is something that the government or the West Africa is promoting through this agreement. So once we have done it once, experience it, to do it again, it's more easier. But the question now is that what is our plan to expand to other West Africa coast? And finally, the first speaker mentioned non-executive directors, which he commended you people for increasing at least 2, remaining 1. The question I want to find out, all of this, what is our representative here? That is from the shareholder, the minority shareholder. Who is representing us? See, something is, if you want to answer now, you said, oh, non-executive director is our representative. It's not true. There are 2 sets of people that own a public company. The majority shareholder, who appoint the managing director, the board, and all of that, are the minority shareholders. And the independent director is supposed to be midwifing between the two. The 2 sets of people, the minority and the majority. Why the independent remain the word independent? He has no interest. But these days, you see, you now ask, oh, the independent directors are the one representing minority shareholder. No, it's not true. Please, we are making appeal that somebody, at least a director, should come from the end, this side of the table. That is an appeal, so that it will complete. We know that you are doing well and you are carrying us along. Thank you, and God bless you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Madam there.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. Let me stand on the existing protocol. My name is Uka Patricia Oresawaleaho. I'm a retired staff from NIPOST and one of the oldest shareholders in this company. I'm very proud of this company anytime, any day. But I made an observation on our high table. These are the days when we're talking about gender sensitivity. Our high table is not gender sensitive. Please, let's look into it and bring it up to at least 30% of the high table. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman, please allow me to be seated while following the existing protocol. My name is His Royal Majesty, Sir Sonny Nwosu. I want to speak on behalf of fellow shareholders. We have had 1, 2 in appreciation of your performance. You see, I am privileged sitting by S.O. Balarinde here. I did ask him one time when he was on that hot seat where you are now, that how are you making profit? When you look at foam that takes a long time to decay, how are you making profit year in, year out? You are making profit, you are making us happy. What is the secret behind that? He laughed, though some of the executives doesn't tell us the secret of anything. They just like showing us what they did. So On behalf of other shareholders, I want to congratulate you again, in addition to the ones you have received. I want you to ensure that this your YBI is turned to a dividend to all of us, so that we'll continue to be happy, continue to exist under Vitafoam. I am an old shareholder of Vitafoam. Please forget my accent. It is the nature of my people that knows me know that before I became this kind of person, I used to speak straightforwardly. So, and I want to appeal to shareholders that in this annual report, we have been told that you have a 5 years plan. And as a chairman of a company myself, I know that 5-year plan means to turn around things. And therefore, your 5 years shares must be able to make us more happy by the time it's being practiced into. So, Mr. Chairman, I have 2-3 very important friends on the board whom I know they are workaholics. Taiwo Adeniyi and Gambo. I remember when I was patronizing the company, Gambo talked me into spending more than what I wanted to spend to equip my building. But it's all very nice thing that I had somebody that can talk to me. You know, what I'm saying is that you have given us a taste of the pudding, and it must continue to be that. Whatever you have given us today, I know that for us to move forward, we still need additional. We'll get dividend, we'll get bonuses. So majority of us, because of the performance, we have decided to invest more on Vitafoam. But one thing you should know is that whatever we are investing in Vitafoam doesn't come to Vitafoam. It's NGX and all this and that. So I will expect that with a larger capital base, we should try and see whether we can take advantage of the market by bringing up a right issue or a public offer to help us to enhance our finances. It's very necessary that without money, we cannot get to anywhere. We need money. You had one of the shareholders who said we must move to other places. It's all about money. Moving to anywhere is about money. And we are prepared to invest further in Vitafoam. We have had a history of good relationship from Bola Rede and all other people that came before you. So yours will not be the end. We should be able to continue to enjoy what we have tested. So it's very important, Mr. Chairman. As much as we are wishing you a very successful tenure, whatever is the tenure, I don't know, because I am a layman as minority shareholder. But whatever is the tenure, let it be successful. Make the shareholders happier from whatever we have today. Any addition means additional happiness to shareholders. And we are ready to go ahead with you and do whatever you want to make the company a prospective, good company. So, Mr. Chairman, I want to thank you and appreciate my friend Lekon, who I believe has grown taller from the time he became the company secretary there. So he's doing very well. So, and we want that relationship to continue. So Vitafoam, thank you very much. But we must also ensure that we look at the structure of the board and bring some interested parties to be on the board so that it will be a national setup. So I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. And I congratulate all shareholders of Vitafoam. May we continue to enjoy and may we continue to invest in Vitafoam. In Jesus' name, I pray. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
The chairman. Very distinguished fellow shareholders, other directors here present. For the records, my name's Nona Ao. Chairman, let me seek your permission to mention something that Sonny refused to talk about in public. Sonny has decided to donate his dividends for this year and the bonus to me after this meeting. So help me thank him in advance. Since I've thanked him, he can't call back his words. So it's an action that he must execute. But interestingly, I also heard this one of the speakers before me said she's the oldest shareholder here. And I got interested. But she didn't see what I saw, both on the annual account and on the high table. When she said the women are marginalized, and they had told me that the woman representing the women is Obirin Meta, and I wonder what the number will become if you add more. But talking seriously to the accounts, I want to take it from the point of our tomorrow. Because one of the things that experience have taught some of us is that very many times we look at annual account from the point of today only. And happily, in this account, you're also going to be finding that you are becoming a little more active in reporting sustainability. And sustainability is not only for the business, but it's also for how the life of the shareholders will go. So that is going to be the basis of my short contribution. In that regard, Mr. Chairman, looking at our support for research, yet a number of people think that as a company, our lifeline is only on foams. But I'm sure that if we take time to read this account, we'll begin to find out that foam is only becoming a fraction. And with a petrochemical plant in Nigeria, with proper research, foam may not be that dominant going forward. So I'm challenging this board. What can we begin to do differently in anticipation that we can get the raw material from a petrochemical plant that is based in Nigeria, so we are not going to be running foul of foreign exchange laws? That is the first tax I want to put to the board. And it's in that light that I also find that the donation that is mentioned here on page 102 and the page that Chief Kinlade mentioned, a donation went from less than 10 million to 20 million. And I don't think the donation that we should be making as a company should be just doling out money to organization. Let's begin to refocus our attention to imply that if you are a good university and you can produce prototypes that we can partner with in the area of petrochemical base, it will benefit the institution, it will benefit us. That is the way to go. Because the more handouts we do, the more pressure we will get. And much more importantly, those pressures don't add value to our bottom line. Neither will they add value to our top line. So that, again, is another leg of the issue that I will be hoping that we'll be doing. But let me also say that going forward, that we should begin to also ask ourselves, what can we do differently in areas that government is already showing indications? And it's in that regard, Mr. Chairman, that I want to say that on page 51, that the report on governance of this company is an insult to the status of Vitafoam. You don't give a report and you say that the findings have been submitted to the company. So what is the basis of we being here? What I expect that the company will have done, having paid them good money, is that they will indicate the area of challenge or areas of challenges from this board to us as shareholders, so we can then follow up. Oh, they said you haven't made this, you haven't made this. How far have you gone? That is the only way that we can have progress. So I'm also sure even the directors of the company, Center for Corporate Governance of Institute of Directors, would not be happy to find that their names is associated with this level of reporting. Please, if it's the company that is saying they shouldn't report, please let them report. Because like I said, the way the world is going now, it is very different from the way it was yesterday. It's an insult. They shouldn't report this type of thing to us again. Even SEC, who is a partner in this will be ashamed that he's partnering with a company that will not tell the shareholders what they need to know. By the way, every investor that buys any shares is basically buying information. So the more information that you have, value adding information, the better for the company and the better for the shareholders. Mr. Chairman, I'm happy the speakers before me talked about the size of subsidiaries. But I want to go the other way so I can also have a better understanding of what the subsidiaries are doing. If you look at page 106 and 107, in terms of new assets, the subsidiary got higher amount in new assets than the company. If you then go to page 126, you'll find that the pay, including pay rise, of the subsidiaries were higher than what the company enjoyed. If you then look at page 125 to 127, you also find that in terms of staff strength, the number also went up for the subsidiaries much more than for the company. And the question you would then be asking, if you look at the margins that is coming from the subsidiaries, the margin generally has dropped below 20%. And for the third consecutive years, it's become flat. So the question I'm asking, what are we likely to do differently with the subsidiaries so that they can support the company and then the total results that will come from and it is? Because if you're expecting dividend to go, it's only fair that all the parties to the game must also put on their best performance. But like I said, from the subsidiaries, which are slimmer, ordinarily should throw up more figure. That is not happening. So I'll be interested as to what we are doing. But for the future, and having come to page 6, which itself is extended to page 146, and I'll take that along with the fees. And I think 2 or 3 years ago, this has been mentioned. Because if you look at that 146, the proxy page, so if the man or woman is not able to come here, he will have sent his voting pattern. And you don't expect anybody to vote if he doesn't know what you are asking them to approve. Okay, so I will be hoping that going forward, we must endeavor to put the amount in terms of what we expect directors' fee will be. And the same thing relates to the severance directors' severance package. It's catching up with a number of companies in Nigeria. But even if we are going to approve, I think that a disclosure will have also been made before today. That, oh, this is what the package entails, so that all of us can be on the same page. And you know the bad thing about some of these things? Good companies will want to take advantage of severance pay to exiting director. But bad companies will also join. You know how? Non-AO and PLC that is not doing too well will then join Benga and Associates that is doing well, and because they have paid in Benga, they must pay in Nona. Challenge that some of us have, but please, at least, let's have the disclosure. And still for the future, and I think this basically should be on the lap of the auditors. If you look at the range analysis of directors, just 2 lines. But if you look at the top line and the bottom line in terms of the gap, then you begin to find that this is not a fair presentation. It is not. Check the highest paid director and then check the list that you have indicated there. I think it's something that we need to relook again. Because really we shouldn't have anything to hide as a publicly listed company. So if we don't have anything to hide, auditors should not help us to pretend or make us behave like we have something to hide. Mr. Chairman, still about the future. I was excited when you pointed to the back and said these are the members of the executive who will be supporting. But when I looked initially, what I saw was a foam. And I said, how can foam? But now that the light is being brighter, I can see young men. I'm not sure how many of them are young women. But I think this information will have been better if we take 1/4 of a page and indicate who our key officers are. Because they are biggest assets. And it's not until they have been appointed director that we then know, oh, this man used to be in Vitafoam. Please, let's continue to celebrate our best. And celebrating our best is that we should also include them in the annual accounts. By the way, people have talked about Sierra Leone. Who knows the MD of Sierra Leone? Who knows the chairman of the board of directors in Sierra Leone? Who knows the chairman of Vono that's moved from negative to positive? They may look small, but they are very impacting. So going forward, give us not just even the names of the senior officers, give us the name of the board members of the subsidiaries. That way, all of us will be in tune as to we have a business. Mr. Chairman, we also have major shareholders, and it's been listed there. Who represents those major shareholders? We don't know. We don't know. But like I said, when you are buying shares, you are basically buying information. And the more information that we have, even those of us who don't know, people like me, will also be better guided as to what I need to do. And Mr. Chairman, going forward as well, it may also be necessary that we merge 2 of the committees of the board. Again, going by your information on page 31. Remuneration only met once. Nomination subcommittee didn't meet. So why do we have them? Because if we merge, what it then means that you have put more men at work in one committee. And that also means that this level of performance that will come from that committee will also be better. And in the long run, will also enforce the performance of the bottom line. Mr. Chairman, I will be pleading with the company, and in particular, the company secretary, to work hand in hand, leg in leg, and leg by leg, body by body, with the registrars. Our unclaimed dividend is growing just like the dividend is growing. And for people who have followed what a government like a developing country like ours would do, is they want to take any money that they can find, even when it's not their own. Looking at the size of borrowing of this country alone, and then you allow unclaimed dividend to go into that borrowing, certainly that money will never come back. Won't come back. So what am I asking for? Let's also be innovative as to how we can address the issue of unclaimed. It is not sufficient for us to put it on the annual account and say, oh, because we have put it there, it will solve itself. Otherwise, one of the things we'll have also done as a people is that you leave the money on the table. Is it not money? You will buy whatever you can find. We need to have that money to buy what we will buy that will also give us value. So we must begin to look at unclaimed dividends. And if you permit me, Mr. Chairman, with other shareholders, that itself will become an assessment point for not only the registrar, also for the company secretary. Because the registrar is a subset of the office of the company secretary. It is something that some of us are determined that in 2026 and going forward, the minority shareholders should not lose money. And one of the ways we will not lose money is that the registrars and the company secretary must begin to work. Not the same old game and expecting a different result. Finally, Mr. Chairman, 3 naira. I'm sure when we get there, you probably will get more people than present here to second that motion. I am certain. Probably even people are not here may send their spirit and say that I second. But I also ask myself, if you paid me 25 kobo. If you paid me 25 kobo by the end of your half year, and you pay me 2 naira 50 kobo today, 2 naira 75 kobo today, that value is better than what you are giving me. Certainly. Especially, yes, inflation is coming down, but the cost of living is not coming down. Because for the economy, again, that Nigeria is, with very many things outside the official records, our lives will be better if you pay us an interim dividend. I don't know what your projections are for 2025, 2026. But Chairman, you know why I like you? You have more whites on the lower portion than up there. So we complement each other. The only way that complementation will be complete, Chairman, come June next year, you must pay us an interim dividend. This year, rather, you must pay us interim dividend for last year and this year. And when we come next year, our handshake will be longer. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First of all, I'd like to say good morning, Mr. Chairman, Board of Directors, regulators present, able shareholders. My name is Jibono Godfrey Uche. I am the National Coordinator of the Youth Alliance Shareholders Association. Now, Mr. Chairman, a lot of things have been said. A lot of commendations have been said. But like me, myself, I expected it. They say when you put good ingredients in a soup pot, you get good soup. Mr. Bello is there. I've known him as MD from UAC. I know the role he has played. My good friend, Mr. Taiwo Adeni, the MD, is also there also. Mr. Chairman, you are there. Even the board of our company secretary that is always with us 247, he's there. So even Mr. Gambo is also there. So you are okay. So I expect that, and I don't expect anything less. Let me say that. Mr. Chairman, I have about 3 questions to ask. The first one I want to ask, Mr. Chairman, is our products. I know we are into the oil filter. Maybe we can have oil filter for other brands of cars. I saw that they have for Toyota and one other car. If we can have other brands of cars, so that like Kia and all these new products that we have, so that we can use that, so that we can spread our wings in the market. And also again, Mr. Chairman, I would like if we can have our products everywhere in the north, I know we have most of them in the west, also in the east, also our Igbo partners also, so that we can boost our production. Mr. Olaoluwa Oguntimleyin, yes, I commend you for what you are doing in terms of sales, and also what you are doing for the cereal loan project. Yes, I know that subsidiary is coming up, and I commend you for that. And I know that with you at the end of affairs, things will also go well also. On 125, Mr. Chairman, I noticed that we employed some people. That's also good also. We employed about 13 people. That's taking some people out of the unemployment market. I give the company kudos to that. When you do that, more hands to feed also. Also again, Mr. Chairman, I want to ask, what are we doing to source our materials locally? Yes. Why I'm saying so is that because the local materials that we source, the cheaper it is in the cost of production. So what are we doing to source our materials locally? And last but not least, Mr. Chairman, I would like to commend you on, your environmental policy, on how you did save Nigeria in terms of energy, in terms of the environment, in terms of fumes, because the foam that we are doing, they are chemicals. I thank how you've made it environmental friendly. And last but not least, Mr. Chairman, I would like to commend the board and the management and people that have baked this cake that we are eating for a wonderful year. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Jibuno Godfrey Uche.
Thank you very much. I think we have had a number of speakers, and we need to make progress. Even people are calling for progress. Yes, I think we will comment on some of the issues that have been mentioned, and have noted other issues that we'll take back home and start working on. Mainly the issue of compliance with the requirements for an independent director and also gender representation. Those are issues on our front desk. We're working hard to get that. And certainly, Vitafoam being a compliant company, we're surely going to come up with something that you will be happy with. We also, the issue of unclaimed dividends. The secretary is already working with the registrars to make sure that we reduce, if not completely, do away with unclaimed dividends. They are working very hard so that we get our shareholders, they take their money. Yes, so that certainly is another area that, on the sustainability and the forward-looking aspect, we really are also mindful that we shouldn't give 3 naira now and not be able to give it, except something comes which we don't hope it will come. That we are looking forward to making sure that the company continues growing and continues satisfying the shareholders, all the way going forward. These little ones, I think the GMD will now respond to a number of issues that relate to the financials so that we can enlighten members, shareholders that are here.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Once again, good morning, distinguished shareholders. A number of the operational issues that were mentioned. Let me start with the one that talks directly to the future of the organization. If there's anything we're doing as a team, it is to look at better ways of solving a number of the problems that currently go on. We know and we're aware that it is in the best interest of the organization for us to be able to source our materials locally. A number of research work is ongoing. We just would not come to announce them until we have the kind of results that we expect. We are working with a number of universities in Nigeria and even outside of this environment to see alternative materials for what we currently use. As it is with research work, it goes on and on until you get the result that is required. So be rest assured, distinguished shareholders, that we're doing a lot of work along this, which is why you see that every year we are in partnership with one university in the minimum. That we do donations to universities is not to tell them that we like them, but you can be rest assured that if we donate to university, we are also expecting that something will come out of that particular university. A number of them is ongoing, they are work in progress, and as soon as we have a good result out of research efforts, which we already, in some areas, we are making quick progress. If you see the design of our products, the kind of innovations that have gone into some of our products, some of them are the result of these various partnerships that we have all around the globe, not just Nigeria. We will continue to do that, and we hope for breakthrough soonest. That answers the support for the research that is ongoing. We are also mindful of the work that goes on in a number of our subsidiaries. As mentioned, we are equipping those subsidiaries for a better tomorrow. Recruitments take place there because when we identify that a particular subsidiary will contribute to the future of the company. Now, let's not forget, quite a number of those subsidiaries do what we call backward integration. And, you know, when some of the materials used in Vitafoam are products of those subsidiaries. You will not find Vitafoam producing pillow, but we sell pillow. We're aware that there's no mattress, most times, there's no mattress that goes out without a pillow. So what you find is that those pillows are produced in those subsidiaries and are sold to Vitafoam at arm's length, but at controlled margin, such that the trading between us allows for better skill and for better margins on the platform of Vitafoam. And that's what you see in the profitability of the organization. A number of them will do backward integration with what they do, and then they sell to Vitafoam as it were. It helps their growth. It also helps the growth of the Vitafoam business. The one that we're talking about impairment is the Vitapart business, which we're still working very, you know, the way it is with Nigeria. When you bring something that has not been present in this environment, you spend more time and money trying to convince an average Nigerian. You think that when they see it, everybody should embrace it and say, oh, this is good, and then this is what we've been waiting for. But that is not the story with Nigeria. We're spending a lot of money. We're working very hard and smartly too to make sure that we put that subsidiary to profitability. It's the only outstanding one. We're committed to making sure that within the shortest time possible, it also turns positive. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. With this, we now yes, please. We have now come to the declaration of dividend, and I move that a final dividend in respect of the year ended 30th September 2025 of 3,752,532,192 naira, representing 3 naira per share, recommended by the directors be and it's hereby declared payable on 5th of March 2026, which is today, out of the amount outstanding to the credit of the profit and loss or loss to all shareholders registered in the books of the company at the close of business on 6th of February. The register was closed on the 6th of February 2026. Before asking someone to second the motion, I would like that such dividend will be subject to withholding tax at the prevailing rate. Would somebody please rise and second?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The name is Jinodu Mustafa Ishola. I rise to Jinodu Mustafa Ishola. I rise to second that motion. Thank you.
Do members have any questions before the motion is put to the meeting for voting? Any questions? Yes.
Mrs. Uka Patricia. Sir, my question is, can I convert my dividend to shares?
No. Any other questions? Otherwise, I now put the motion to the meeting. Would all those in favor of this motion please signify by raising their hands? Are you taking account? Okay, they are there. Would anyone object to the motion, please? From the result, I declare that the motion has been duly carried, and yes, so the dividend of 3 naira has been declared now. The next business is to re-elect the re-election of the directors retiring by rotation at this meeting in accordance with the Articles of Association. The 2 directors retiring by rotation at this meeting are Mr. Ademola Bolarinde and Mr. Achike Charles Umuna. Being eligible, offer themselves for re-election. I hereby move that the first director retiring by rotation, we mentioned his excuse because of this US-Iran war. Mr. Ademola Bolarinde be and is hereby re-elected a director of the company. Would somebody, right? Yes.
Bring it to who? Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you.
Ibekwe Roberts Adenoba, I stand to second that motion. Thank you.
Are there any questions before the motion is put to the meeting? No question. I now put the motion to the meeting. Would all those in favor of this motion please signify by raising their hands? Okay. Thank you. In which case, nobody else is opposing the motion. Would anyone object to the motion? No. From the result, I hereby declare that the motion has been duly carried. The second director retiring by rotation is Mr. Achike Charles Omuna. Are you right? I hereby move that the director retiring by rotation, Mr. Achike Charles Omuna, be and is hereby re-elected a director of the company. Would someone please rise and second the motion? Yes.
Chairman, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to second the motion. My names are Ali Ayanwole Sikiru, all the way from Ibadan. Ali Ayanwole Sikiru, all the way from Ibadan, from Oluyole Federal Constituency.
Okay, so I'll continue, go. Are there any questions? Huh? Are there any questions before the motion is put to the meeting? I now put the motion to the meeting. Would all those in favor of this motion please signify by raising their hands? Okay. Would anyone object to this motion, please? From the result, I hereby declare that the motion has been duly carried. The next item concerns the remuneration of the auditors. By virtue of Section 401, subsection 2 of the Companies and Allies Matters Act 2020, the retiring auditor, PricewaterhouseCoopers, shall be reappointed without any resolution being passed. Section 408 of the Act, however, provides that the remuneration of the external auditor shall be fixed by the company in general meeting or in such a manner as the company in general meeting may determine. I hereby move that the directors be and are hereby authorized to fix the remuneration and expenses of the auditor in respect of the year ending 30th September 2026. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
My names are Ajayi Oluwafemi Philip. I stand to second the motion. My names are Ajayi Oluwafemi Philip.
Are there any questions before the motion is put to the meeting? I now put the motion to the meeting. With all those in favor of this motion, please signify by raising their hands. Would anyone objecting to the motion please signify by raising the hand? From the result, I declare that the motion has been duly carried. The next item on the agenda is the disclosure of the remuneration of managers. Section 238 and Section 257 of the Companies and Allies Matters Act 2020 require that the remuneration of the managers of the company shall be disclosed at the annual general meeting. May I humbly request that you refer to pages 125 to 126 of the annual report for the disclosure of the remuneration of the managers of Vitafoam Nigeria PLC. So that information is already put for the members. With that, the next item on the agenda is the election of members of the audit committee, pursuant to section 404, subsection 3 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020. The committee is to carry out the functions set out under section 404, subsection 7 of the same act, the CAMA. I presume that the other terms and conditions regarding the establishment and operation of the audit committee are hereby known to members. In line with section 404, subsection 3 of the Act, the directors have resolved to elect 2 of their members to represent the board on the audit committee, and they are Mr. Abdul Bello and Mr. Ademola Bolarindi, independent executive director and non-independent executive director, respectively. As for the shareholders' representations, the company secretary had requested that pursuant to section 404, subsection 6 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, valid nomination for election to the audit committee had been received from 4 shareholders within the statutory time limit. That is 21 days before the date of this meeting, before today. And they are, I will mention the names: Reverend Olushade Ibiyinka, Comrade SB Aderele, Mr. Badebo Omolaja Olato Kumbo. The last person, Mr. Kola Olegani, has withdrawn. I understand, I've been told he has withdrawn his nomination. So we needed 3 people. We have 3 people now. So we need not vote for anything. Yes, yes. We need not vote for anything. Pardon? Let's see.
Sir, we just talked about gender equality. This audit committee again is all men.
Agenda what? We don't have any control over the nomination. It's from the shareholders, please. So, yes. 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 So, attention, please. With 3 slots and 3, it is an unopposed election. So, From the outcome of the election as announced, outcome of the discussion, I hereby declare that Ms. Reverend Olishade Ibianka, Comrade S.B. Aderale, Mr. Badebo Omolaja Olatukumbo are hereby elected by the shareholders to represent them on the audit committee. While from the board, we have Mr. Abdul A. Bello and Mr. Ademola Bolarindi. And the 5 of them constitute the audit committee until the end of this financial year, 30th September 2026. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. The next item on the agenda concerns the fees of the non-executive directors. I should perhaps mention at this stage that the non-executive directors have decided to divide any fee voted to them by shareholders among those directors who are not full-time working directors. The full-time working directors are remunerated wholly by way of salary and other perquisites. I hereby move. Yes.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Ibekwe Robert Adenoba remained my name. I was actually waiting for you, but you just stepped into the cross line. If you allow a shareholder to propose this motion, it is acceptable. But since you are involved, you cannot move the motion, sir. It's either you allow the MD, who is executive director, to handle that because you are a judge in this case. You cannot be a judge in your own.
I agree with you.
Thank you, sir.
Over to you to take the motion. I'm a beneficiary.
Thank you very much. The next item on the agenda concerns the fees of the non-executive directors. I should perhaps mention at this stage that the non-executive directors have decided to divide any fee voted to them by the shareholders among those directors who are not full-time working directors. I hereby move that non-executive directors' fee in respect of the year ending 30th September 2026 be, and it is hereby fixed at 1,850,000. Will somebody please rise and second this motion?
Thank you, my interim chairman. I, Prince Awosaya, I so second, all the way from Remo Federal Constituency.
Are there any questions before the motion is put to the meeting? I now put the motion to the meeting. Would all those in favor of this motion please signify by raising their hands? Thank you very much. Would anyone? Yes, please. Observation? Apologies, I didn't notice. Thank you very much.
All right. My name, Adebayo Adetunji Adeleke. I read this figure in the accounts, and I was not comfortable. And when you talk about disclosure, let it be disclosure. Did you read a figure like 1,850 naira? Is that for 1,850,000 naira? Is that for one director? Is it for all the non-executive directors? I just didn't get it. That's my question.
Okay, Mr. Adeleke. This is the fee element, not the remuneration. That's disclosed in the report. The remuneration is disclosed. This is just the director's fee. No. It's to be shared among the directors, the non-executive directors. Yes, please, as the director's fee. Thank you very much. I now put the motion to the meeting. Would all those in favor of this motion please signify by raising their hands? Thank you very much. Would anyone objecting to the motion please signify by raising his or her hand? From the result, I hereby declare that the motion has been duly carried. Thank you very much. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, GMD. The next item on the agenda is to seek authorization from the shareholders for the renewal of recurrent transactions with related parties in accordance with the rules of the Nigerian Exchange Limited. I hereby move that, pursuant to the Articles of Association of the company and the recommendation of the directors, the company is hereby authorized to renew recurrent transactions which are of trading nature or those necessary for day-to-day operations from related companies in accordance with the rules of the Nigerian Exchange Limited governing transactions with related parties or interested persons. Would someone please rise and second this motion? Yes. Okay.
Finally, Mr. Chairman, my name is A.K. Chibuzo Emmanuel. I second that motion. Thank you.
Are there any questions before the motion is put to the meeting? I now put the motion to the meeting. Would all those in favor of this motion please signify by raising their hands? Thank you. Would anyone objecting to the motion please signify by raising hand? No objection. From the result, I hereby declare that the motion has been duly carried. We have now come to the item 10 on the agenda, which is to pass the following resolutions. These resolutions are to do with a single transaction, but which have to be done by individual resolutions to give it clear requirements and compliance with the regulatory stipulations. We will pass the following resolution. 1, to increase the share capital so that we can accommodate the bonus. 2, to amend the memo and articles of association. 3, to authorize bonus issue. And 4, to authorize the directors to give effect to the above resolution. Even though interrelated, as I said, they are to give clarity with the spirit and intentment of Karma 2020. I hereby move that the share capital of the company be and is hereby increased from 625,422,531 naira to 750,506,438 naira by the creation of 250,168,812 new ordinary shares of 50 kobo each. The new shares are to rank pari passu in all respects with the existing ordinary shares of the company. Would someone please rise and second this motion? The lady. Oh, the lady who come.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Baka Juliet Eberechuku. I humbly second the motion. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions before the motion is put to the meeting? In the absence of any question, I now put the motion to the meeting. With all those in favor of this motion, please signify by raising their hands. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Would anyone objecting to the motion, please signify by raising hands. Thank you. There is no objection. From the result, I hereby declare that the motion has been duly carried. I hereby move the next that clause 5 in the memorandum of association and clause 3 in the articles of association of the company be amended by deleting the in bracket the issued share capital of the company is 625,422,531 naira divided into 1,250,844,064 ordinary shares of 50 kobo each and be substituted respectively with, in inverted comma, the issued share capital of the company is 750,506,438 naira divided into 1,501,012,876 ordinary shares of 50 kobo each. Would someone please rise and second the motion? Yes, please.
I, Mrs. Adenike Olatokunbo, rise to second the motion. Olatokunbo Adenike.
Are there any questions before the motion is put to the meeting? No questions. I now put the motion to the meeting. Would all those in favor of this motion please signify by raising their hands? Thank you very much. Would anyone objecting to the motion please signify by raising hands? There is no objection. From the result, I hereby declare that the motion has been duly carried. The next is, I hereby move that pursuant to the articles of association of the company and the recommendations of the directors, the sum of 125,084,406 naira be and is hereby capitalized from the retained earnings and be set aside for distribution to all members whose names appear in the register of members at the close of business on the 6th of February 2026 on the condition that same shall not be paid in cash, but shall be applied in paying in full for 250,168,812 new ordinary shares of 50 kobo, each to be allotted and credited as fully paid to and among such members in the proportion of one new ordinary share for every 5 existing ordinary shares held by them at that date, subject to necessary approval from the appropriate authorities. The shares so distributed shall be treated for all purposes as capital, not as income, and shall not rank pari passu with existing share, and shall rank pari passu with existing ordinary shares of the company in all except that they shall not rank for dividend recommended for the year ended 30th September 2025. Would somebody please rise and second?
Thank you very much, my chairman, for recognizing me. I am Yekini Adisa. I rise to second the motion. Thank you, sir. Yekini Adisa, rise to second the motion. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions before the motion is put? Are there any questions before the motion is put to the meeting? No. I now put the motion to the meeting. Would all those in favor of this motion please signify by raising their hands? Thank you very much. Would anyone objecting to the motion please signify by raising their hands? From the results, I hereby declare that the motion has been duly carried. I hereby move that the directors be, and I hereby authorized to take necessary steps to give effect to the above resolutions. Would someone? Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The name is Martins Akim Abiola. I so second the motion.
Are there any questions before the motion is put to the meeting? I now put the motion to the meeting. Would all those in favor of the motion please signify by raising their hands? Everybody. Would anyone objecting to the motion please signify by raising the hands? Nobody. From the result, I hereby declare that the motion has been duly carried. We have now come to item 11 on the agenda, which is to consider and pass the following resolution. Now, I'm also an interested party in this, so I will. No, but this is where we are. This is the retiring. This is the retiring thing. I'm interested. Well, yes. The next item to do with the director's severance compensation. Would I request a shareholder to move that motion? Yes. Hey, you have it there.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
There are two issues. It's not just about requesting a shareholder to raise. I think you have said the right thing, that you are going to be a beneficiary, and therefore you don't want to be the one to preside over this particular item on the agenda. And I think that is right. And I want to commend you. We should do the right thing, always, everywhere, every time. The second issue is about this item itself. Mr. Chairman, this item should not be put to this House for any form of approval now. The shareholder, Nona Awo, raised the issue. None of you responded. How do you give shareholders in the 21st century a blank check and you say they should sign it? Mr. Chairman, the Security and Exchange Commission is here. They have always berated shareholders for not asking questions. The Big Four, including PwC, KPMG, Deloitte, they train shareholders and blame us for not asking questions. You want a severance package. What is in it? We don't know. How much? If you are going to pay dividend to shareholders, 33 naira, you tell the whole world, we are paying all the shareholders 33 naira. The salary of the managing director is here in the public glare. So what is in the severance package that you don't want to tell us, that we don't know, and then you just want us to approve? So please, revisit that question by Nona Awo, disclose the content of that severance package, or withdraw this item and represent it next year when you are willing to disclose. Thank you.
Thank you very much. In fact, if we had taken the resolution, we'll have told you the figures. The issue is the remuneration of the directors have been approved at this forum, so all the existing. This one is a change. This one was earlier approved. The severance package was 2 million for the chairman and 2 million for the chairman before and 1.5 for directors. Now all we are saying is in view of the increase, and this has been there for quite a long time, in view of the increase in all costs, this severance package is like a gratuity to directors that are leaving. Once they are leaving, you compute it, I give them. So we are now proposing that instead of 2 million for chairman, it's now 4 million for chairman. Instead of 1.5 for directors, it's now 3 million. We are just duplicating it. But all other compensations have been approved at this forum that requires statutory approval. So that is the only thing we are bringing to the House for approval. Yes. That's why we said somebody can now move.
Chairman, in fact, I will follow you to wherever you are going. Because I love your style. You know, some other people will take it personal and they get angry. And they won't know that the whole world is looking at them. So, Mr. Chairman, having explained, and I have the nod of the directors that, yes, we just want the information and the disclosure. I rise to move for the approval of this severance package for our directors. Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Prophet Pastor Gbaderu Michael. I second the motion.
The name.
Hello, Gbaderu Michael Kayode. I second the motion.
Now, are there any questions? So, can we now put the motion to the meeting? Would all those in favor of the motion please raise their hands? Thank you. Would any objection, anybody object to raise his hand? From the result, I hereby declare that the motion has been duly carried. Thank you, sir. Our esteemed elders, distinguished shareholders, ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the end of the 64th annual general meeting of our dear company. I would like to thank you on behalf of the board for attending the meeting and for your robust participation in the proceedings of the meeting, and also for being very interactive with us. We are very grateful. We remain grateful, and we surely address all the issues that have been raised here. We have noted everything that was raised. We'll address it, God willing. I hereby declare the meeting closed.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians old and proud to serve our sovereign fatherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign. In peace or battle honored, and this we count as gain. To hang on to our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed. And so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed.